Y'all know who it is, man. It's Zach, man. I'm saying we in the building,
We
man.
got
Look,
two
man, I
guests
got
today, man.
two special guests, man. Hey, y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves, though, man. You know what I'm saying?
Um, sorry everybody, my name is Chris. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland,
Sir.
and I play basketball, so ready to get into it.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
I'm Nick, play football.
Sir.
Yeah, from LA. Yeah, that's
Sure.
pretty much it.
All right. I mean, let's just get straight into it with the Donovan Mitchell. We kind of discussed it before we had the little technical difficulties, but we'll just we'll go in with it again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Colin Sexton, Laurie Markkinen, Oche Agbachi, 3 unprotected first round picks, and 2 pick swaps. And I'll be the first to say my boy Nick was the first person to show me the trade on his Apple Watch, man. We was sitting in the gym. But what are y'all thoughts on it? And yeah, just talk to me.
Oh yeah, I'll go first. So, yeah, obviously, we were going over this. I got the notification on my phone at school. Kind of caught me by surprise a little bit, but I'm thinking like, yeah, the Cavaliers do have the assets to give up to get a guy like Donovan Mitchell. They didn't give up their core players to get Donovan Mitchell, so I think it was a really good trade. They still have Jared Allen, they still have Darius Garland, they still have Harris LeVert, Ricky Rubio. They still have all of these really good players that can contribute to the team's success. So I think it's a really good trade, all around. I know the Knicks fans is mad right now. They was expecting him to be alongside with my boy Jalen Brunson, but things didn't go out like that. And you know what I mean. I'm really excited for my boy D Mitch, my boy Spider. Hopefully, he go out there and ball, man. So and also I think that the Cavaliers are going to be really good title contenders this year. I think if everything goes right for them, they could win the championship if everything goes right. But you never know. It's basketball. It's sports. Nothing's guaranteed. So what I'm saying. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, man. So yeah,
What y'all think about it?
what y'all think about it,
I
man?
mean, I think it was a good move on the Cavaliers. I think they're definitely going to have a good starting five, especially to compete in the East. Championship wise, I'd like to see them win a championship, but with teams like the Bucks, the Bucks, the Nets, hopefully, if the Nets do good this season. With all those teams, I don't know how possible it is, especially with a team that doesn't have too much playoff experience outside of maybe just D Mitch. Honestly,
Right.
I don't know how deep they'll go in
Kevin
this
Love.
year's
Don't forget.
playoffs.
Don't forget about Kevin Love now.
Oh yeah, Kevin
I
Love.
got the vet Kevin Love. Yeah, I
But
mean it's a good squad. I think they definitely have potential, but it's all about them. Honestly, them building team chemistry, seeing how Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell are gonna work. It should be interesting.
what you think, Chris?
What do you, what do you think, Chris?
He might be lagging. Wait, can y'all hear him? Or is it?
Nah, I can't hear.
It's tough.
I'm
Uh,
lagging now.
okay, we can hear you now. You good?
Yeah.
All right, so
Chris.
like Zach, like you were saying when you was at school, I was at workout, and a boy had said something like he was like, "Oh my God, Donovan Mitchell got traded," and everybody was like, "Where?" And everybody was hoping the Knicks and all, because that was his potential destination.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, not the Knicks." He went to the Cavaliers, and everybody was like, "For real?" And so like that came as a surprise to me because like everybody was thinking he was going to the Knicks, which I'm thinking he would have looked good with the Knicks. But I think it'll be better with the Cavs because just like I said, you got Colin Sexton, Jared Allen, Cass LeVert, so on and so on. So it should be very good, but you still got. It'll take them a minute to get to the finals. You just gotta be fully healthy and work as a team and get like Donovan Mitchell around that team so he could connect with everybody. But other than that, they should be good. Like I had them at top 5 in the East.
Yeah,
I had them at top
that's why I
5 in the
said
East.
exactly. That's why I said, if everything goes right, they could win the championship. If everything goes right, but like I said, there's no guarantees in basketball. You know what I mean? Somebody could get hurt. You know what I mean? Somebody can have a bad year, so we don't know what's gonna happen.
But
But that
but
team,
yeah,
oh my bad, but that team, they just got to build chemistry. Honestly, they got to learn how to play with each other. I think if they all learn how to play with each other, and they they pass the ball around. Obviously, I think at the end of the year, the top scorer is still going to be DG. I think the
not again, bro.
for the Cavs, I think if they give 2 or 3 years, I think they're definitely going to be a powerhouse.
exactly.
I think they're going to be leading the East for sure.
And I like the point that you made, right? You know what I mean? We seen the Bengals, what's it called? We seen the Bengals make it to the Super Bowl, and we're a player or two from winning the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? With a young guy like Joe Burrow, a rookie, and Jamar Chase. So yeah, like you said, you know what I mean?
Joe
The Cavs are
Mixon.
young. Obviously, the Cavs are going to make a lot of. They're going to make rookie mistakes. They're going to make a lot of mistakes. They are in most of that team. They are an inexperienced team. So, but I think you know what I mean. If they come together as a unit, play team basketball, clean up on the mistakes, don't make the same mistake twice. I think the Cavaliers can go far in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
I have very high expectations.
like for the whole KD thing, like giving up all those picks, as great as KD is, I wouldn't do it. That's too many
Right.
picks for a guy that age. So for them,
Yeah.
I like this trade. Like I mentioned, Karis LeVert, they got to keep him. They got to keep a lot of their core guys. So this trade doesn't really hurt them at all. I think it's a win trade for them.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the biggest component. You know what I mean? They got all of these they got Donovan, right? They got. It's not like they're trading for a 34-year-old Kevin Durant, even though Kevin Durant is still one of the best basketball players in the world. He is 33, 34 years old. You're trading for a guy, Donovan Mitchell, who's 25, 26 years old, who still has, what, 8, 10 years left in the league? And is
Mm-hmm.
still in his prime. So I think it was a win-win situation. You know what I mean? And I just really want. I'm just really excited for Donovan Mitchell this year. I really want him to ball out, do his thing. So, and it'll be interesting seeing my boy Donovan Mitchell win him a chip, man. It'll be interesting. You know, obviously because the Jazz since he's been in the league, the Jazz have always been pretenders. Every time they make it to the playoffs, they lay an egg. So I think the Cavaliers can really, you know what I'm saying, make a staple in the playoffs and really show the NBA and all the teams around the league that the Cavs they're here. They're here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel bad for my guy Jordan Clarkson. They left him all alone.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, going into that, I think we could switch gears real quick and just go into it from the Jazz perspective. What do y'all think? Like, what do the Jazz do now? I mean, obviously it's a rebuild, but where do they go from here?
Yeah, it's gonna take them a little minute to get back to that playoff spot like they used to be with Donovan. But they could make some noise in the West, even though they got some potential to make the playoffs. Most certainly.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. Obviously, they got Laurie Markkinen, who's he's a good scorer. He's 7 foot. He can play defense. He's a good scorer, good shooter. He can space the floor really well. I see Jordan Clarkson. I think Jordan Clarkson just won 6 Man in the Year a couple years ago. I think Jordan Clarkson can really use this opportunity to shine.
But let
Um,
me ask you this, Zach. Do you think Jordan Clarkson is a Utah Jazz next year? I don't. I think that
No.
yeah, I think
I
that
think he's gonna leave.
I think you're starting to rebuild. You're probably looking to trade Clarkson. You're probably looking to trade all the vets, Rudy Gay, Bogdanovich. Like you're not trying to keep those guys around. You're not trying to win games. Really, you're
Rudy
trying to
Gobert
tank.
went to the Timberwolves.
that
You got
is true. I did hear.
Victor Wembanyama or whatever. You got him coming
Yeah,
out in this draft. Why would you want to win games?
that's a good point
I mean,
because Jordan
if
Clark.
now Taylor Horton Tucker, who's 22 years old, if he's out there winning y'all games, then y'all are happy with that. But y'all don't want to win games with the like trade Mike Conley, trade Clarkson. Like they have a bunch
Yeah,
of vets
going
still
on
on that
there.
team.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. They are in rebuild mode. Jordan Clarkson, I think he is 30 years old. He definitely doesn't look like it, but I think he is like 30 years
Yeah,
old now.
he's
So,
like 30. Yeah,
um, yeah. So that's a good point that you made. But, ooh, man. Well, yeah, he probably won't be there, but they still got PHT and what's it called, Colin Sexton and Laurie Markkinen, who are all really good players in my opinion. I really like Colin Sexton a lot. I
yeah,
think a couple of years ago, I think he was averaging like 24, 25 points a game. So Colin Sexton is really good at putting the ball in the bucket. He's really good at getting, some good buckets. So I think Colin Sexton could really make a staple over there with the Utah Jazz. I think Laurie Markkinen can make his mark over there. He's a really good, like I said, Laurie Markkinen is really good at stretching the floor. So
Mhm.
I think the Utah Jazz might be decent. They might be a mediocre team, but like you said, why would you want to win games? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to win games?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Victor Wembanyama is, you know what I mean? Everybody trying to get him, and the Jazz, if the Jazz, you know what I mean, end up just having a terrible season, they could end up landing a guy like him. So, it'll be interesting to see it all play out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to the Cavs real quick, we mentioned LeBron James. We mentioned before we had the technical issues. We mentioned that
Yeah.
there were like three. I thought that there's three possibilities for LeBron. A, he finishes his career as a Laker. B, he goes wherever Bronny goes. Or C, he goes back to Cleveland. And I think him going back to Cleveland is a very, very, very possible option. When you look at how they built that team, that team is built for LeBron. Like it's just hey, I mean, it would not surprise me at all.
Yeah. Because you know what I mean? Obviously, LeBron's from Akron. He loves Cleveland. That's the team that drafted him. He spent 11 years of his career with Cleveland. So it definitely wouldn't surprise anybody across the world if he were to go back to that team. He has all the pieces that he needs on that team. He could definitely win another chip on that team.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? If LeBron were to go back to that team, nobody would be surprised. I would encourage it. I don't think me personally, I don't think the Lakers are going to win another chip within these next 2 years. The Western Conference is extremely competitive now. You got, Jamal Murray coming back. You got Paul George coming back. You got Zion coming back. So you got the Pelicans who are going to be dangerous. You got the Clippers who are going to be dangerous. The Nuggets, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, all of these teams who are going to be dangerous. So I don't think the Lakers are. The Lakers might be like a playing team and might,
Don't forget the Mavericks.
yeah. So,
I, with the
Don't
But
Lakers,
forget
what,
Wizards.
what do you guys think it would take to get LeBron to the Cavs?
I
Like,
don't
what do you
think.
think the Lakers would want in return? Obviously a haul,
No,
but
I
they're not
don't.
giving a big gift. They just
I
got
don't.
him.
I think that no.
I
I'm
think
saying that
the
LeBron will leave in free agency though, because LeBron he has this year left. He signed a 1+1 extension, meaning that he has this year, next year, and then a player option for a third year. LeBron's not whether he wants to stay with LA or not. He's gonna decline that player option because he can get more money. So I think LeBron he'll probably be a Laker for two more years, and then if the Lakers aren't good, if they're not meeting his expectations, and he has an opportunity to go home to Cleveland where they're building something there, obviously, why wouldn't he take it?
exactly. Why wouldn't you take that? You know what I mean? It's in your lap at this point. You know what I mean? Um, Cleveland, like I said, before, we had the technical the Cleveland Cavaliers are finally good without LeBron. They finally have a decent team without LeBron. So you put LeBron on that team, they are going to do some real damage.
Yeah.
We saw what LeBron did a couple years ago back in 2018 when their second player was who? Jeff Green or somebody?
K-Love.
They still made it to the finals. Although they got swept, they did some damage that year. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
That boy said they got swept.
My Golden State
Oh, yeah,
Warriors.
he a Warriors fan, man. Look.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I forgot him. He a Warriors fan, man. Look, man, I don't want to hear it, man. LeBron's second best player was Jeff Green, bro. And we saw what happened in game one with that whole J.R. Smith thing, man. But I'll give it to y'all. Y'all did sweep him, but he didn't have nobody on this team. He didn't have no help, man.
J.R. Smith is an idiot.
Do y'all think that Russell Westbrook will be a Laker come opening night?
That's a good question.
Hey,
You
Nick,
seen?
you want to ask that?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it depends. I think they're looking at They're looking at guards like Mike Conley, maybe Jordan Clarkson. There's still decent guards out there that might be available, but it's just if teams are willing to trade for Westbrook.
At the same time, though,
I think
sorry to cut you off real quick, but
no, it's cool.
no team is just gonna take on Westbrook's contract. The Lakers have the 2027 pick and the 2029, both first round picks that they could give up. I'm not giving up neither of those picks for Mike Conley because, bro, we're in 2022. 5 years from now, the Lakers could be horrible. I think there's a big chance that the Lakers are horrible in 5 years, let alone 7. So I'm not giving up that for Mike Conley, not Westbrook, and that for Mike. I think at the end of the day, you see what Westbrook can do with Darvin Ham. You traded for Patrick Beverly, which I like the deal. It's the fit is questionable because I guess it came out Darvin Ham said that he plans on playing both Russ and Pat Bev together. That's going to be interesting. Because when the best shooter on the floor is LeBron James, I'm not saying he's a bad shooter, but when LeBron James is your best shooter, there's an issue there.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know what I mean, the floor spacing is definitely not going to be good. We know Russell Westbrook is an awful shooter. Patrick Beverly isn't that good of a shooter. Anthony Davis shot 18% from three last year. So there's definitely, the spacing is definitely going to be a little off. So I really hope these guys are in the, you know what I'm saying, gym, working on their shot or whatever. But, hey, man, hey, Chris, hey, what do you think about this, though, man? What do you think about this?
I think Russ, I think he's gonna align with the Lakers, especially with getting Pat. It'll be some fight between those two getting that spot, or who'll be, or even Russ leaving. If Russ leaves, there's no destination for him to go because, like you said, Mike Conley, that's not enough for the Jazz. And especially in that trade predicament, it's not just a trade that you would do. So I don't know where Russ would be at opening night.
I don't
even though if he do stay with the Warriors, I mean the Lakers, the Warriors gonna show him something.
Yeah, because I feel like there's just been the rumor about the whole Buddy Hield and Miles Turner that's been connected to the Lakers for.
Yeah, I keep hearing that.
And it's like, I don't think that if I'm the Pacers, is whatchamacallit, is Russell Westbrook and 2 future first enough for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield?
Is it enough for those? Hell.
Not really. Not really. Russell's not type of player like he used to be to give up just for some 2 first-round draft picks. You gotta give up Russ. You gotta give up one of them young guys or something.
And
that Russell.
The thing about that is
fair enough. But
if Russ goes to the Pacers, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
What position are the Pacers in right now to win, though?
They're not.
I don't think the Pacers are. Yeah, they're not.
So
I think it would make more sense for them to trade Buddy Hield, or Buddy Hield's on the Pacers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It would make more sense for them to trade players like Buddy Hield, get the most out of him. Get like Jordan mentioned, 5 years, the Lakers are probably most likely going to be trash. So I think it would be a smart move on the Jazz to move Buddy Hield and maybe another player for Russell Westbrook.
You mean
Because
the
with Russell
Pacers?
Westbrook alone, you're not going to win anything. You're not going to go far.
I think you meant the Pacers right there. But
Oh, yeah, my bad.
whatchamacallit, with the Pacers, I think the way they look at it, if Russ goes to the Pacers, like they're gonna buy him out. Like you have Tyrese Halliburton, he's your starting point guard, he's your future point guard. You're not gonna Russ is his ego's too big to come off the bench, especially off the bench of a team that's the Pacers aren't gonna be very good. I don't think they'll be bad, but I think maybe they could sneak into the 10th seed, maybe to play in, but I don't think they're gonna be like
Oh
great.
my,
Um,
Yeah,
so
16.
like
yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you look at guys like Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. They're really good young guys. Buddy Hield's a really good shooter, one of the best shooters in the NBA. Miles Turner is Miles Turner a power forward or a center?
He's a
I
center.
believe he's a center. Yeah, he's a center.
He's a center, so he's probably like a top 10 center in the league, probably.
Most likely.
Definitely,
Yeah,
like
so
I mean, because Miles
yeah,
Turner's one of those guys. He's been in trade talks since they got Sabonis, basically. Like,
yeah,
really, like they just he's always is this the year? Is that the year? When will it
yeah,
happen? And it's just whatever. But
yeah.
something that I saw that was pretty interesting yesterday was the New York Knicks offered Utah a Donovan Mitchell deal that included R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and 3 first rounders. And the Jazz declined it. What do you think about that? I
Now
can
I know.
R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and who else?
and Obi Toppin and 3 first round picks. I can start off by saying I would have accepted that in a heartbeat, but
I would have accepted that trade in a heartbeat. Are these dudes? They must be smoking something I have never heard of in my life to decline that trade.
because
What the hell?
in my
I'm sure Stephen A. Smith is not very happy or pleased with the Knicks as of this moment.
because with the
He has a little
Knicks,
grief with the Knicks.
and my whole thought process was you wanted. Well, that's another thing though. If the Knicks let's say the Knicks did get Donovan Mitchell and they paired him with, let's say they traded Julius Randle for Donovan Mitchell and obviously some other stuff.
Oh,
Their starting lineup would be Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell. Everybody's scoring on them. Who in that starting lineup is getting a stop? That means you got R.J.
Yeah,
Barrett running the 3, who's 6'6". He can play the 3, but you really probably want him at the 2. Defensively, that team is horrible. I mean,
yeah.
but I think for you to decline R.J. Barrett, in my opinion, R.J. Barrett was the only player on the Knicks that was untouchable. For you to decline a R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson deal, and 3 first,
For Donovan Mitchell, the fact that that's crazy. Like, that's why I said, bro, they must have been smoking something I never heard of. How do you turn that down? R.J. Barrett just came off of a season where he averaged 20-some points. He has a ton of potential, really good young star. I think within the next 5 years, R.J. Barrett could be a superstar if he remains healthy, if he continues to develop. I think R.J. Barrett has the ability to be a top 5, top 10 player in the NBA. R.J. Barrett's really good. I like what I've seen from him. Every single year, he's improved steadily. You know what I mean? He deep bag, 3-level scorer, left-handed. So I don't see why they. And then on top of that, they have Mitchell Robinson, who's like 7 foot, and I think he's a pretty good. He's a pretty good rebounder, and he's also a good shot blocker and things of that nature. And then Obi Toppin has a lot of potential as well. And then 3 first round picks. Man, I don't know.
I think
the Knicks were definitely getting fleeced. It wouldn't have worked out for them, like Jordan mentioned. Defensively, that team would have been terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean,
The Knicks were.
that was for me saying if they kept RJ, in this scenario they were dealing RJ to the Jazz. I think that the only way this makes sense, or the only reason why they declined it and maybe like the Cavs deal better, is because maybe they really just want to suck so they can have a chance at victory. RJ Barrett can win you basketball games.
Yeah.
Colin Sexton can too, but RJ Barrett's ceiling is way higher than Colin Sexton. I think, to be real with you, I think Colin Sexton's a good player in this league, but if Colin Sexton were on a contender, I think he's a 6-man kind of guy. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how I see him. like I to be real, I don't think if Colin Sexton played for the Cavs this year, they wouldn't have been as good as they were because DG really got to be DG. Like we really got to see
Yeah,
why
he
he was
got
a
to be
5-star
himself. He
recruit.
got comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that man Darius Garland, bro, man. that
I
man
mean,
Hmm. He was
Darius Garland. Once he
he
got in
was
his
showing
bag,
it.
man, it was
He
over,
was
man.
showing it. He
I
was
saw
showing it.
dude, man. He did this whole misdirection thing to man. That damn he. I'm talking, man.
Hmm.
He really used his opportunity to unlock the bag. I had him in fantasy last year. Dude averaged like 50 points for me in fantasy. So
yeah,
that dude was
He's most
so
definitely a dog.
on me, bro. And on top of that, he was an all star too. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Garland, yeah. He's him. He's him.
Most definitely.
I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, I just think that I didn't expect Mitchell to go to the Cavs. It kind of shocked me, but when I like I said, like I mentioned before, like it's such a great trade. If you had to grade the trade from both sides on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Y'all want to go first on this one?
I think for
I'm gonna give it.
uh
Look,
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna give it
say,
Cavaliers
me
eight
personally,
and a
I
half.
think look,
Okay, so Chris says 8.5. What about you, Nick?
I could
Yo,
I could
Nick, you there?
I could go ahead and just give
I,
my
I say like a 7.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
for from the Cavs perspective, this is a 10 for me. From the Jazz perspective, I think it's a 8.5. I like that they were able to get a guy like Colin Sexton who has potential. I like that they were able to get their first round picks. They got a nice guy in Oche Agbaji out of Kansas. I think he was a senior. I'm pretty sure, so he's not like one of those younger guys that has a high ceiling, but he's definitely one of the most ready players in this draft. So I think that for for the Jazz, they got a nice return, and yeah, I mean, I think that's how it is. Nick said his computer overheated and is about to die, so I'm not sure if he'll be back, but if not, we'll for sure have him back on another episode. But
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. I think definitely, when the Cavs acquired him, I think that's a 10 for the Cavs. And on the other hand, yeah, that's like a 9 for me. You know what I mean? The Jazz, they got some good players. They got 3 first round picks. Then they
mhm.
got Colin Sexton, Laurie Markkinen, and the Oche guy. And you know what I'm saying? We all obviously know how good those guys are. So it's not like the Jazz gave up Donovan Mitchell for nothing. They got some really good
Yeah,
players in return, and got some really good first round picks that they can use to their advantage. So, and then on top of that, obviously we know how good Donovan Mitchell is, one of the best shooting guards in the NBA, and the Cavs just acquired him. So, you know what I mean? I'm just waiting for Donovan Mitchell to just go crazy over there, man. Him and Darius Garland, bro,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a dynamic duo. And then Evan Mobley and Jared Allen down there,
Oh yeah, that's a.
that's
it'll be hard for teams to score on them dudes, bro.
that's another
I'm not
thing.
gonna lie.
Like I don't
It's
really
gonna be
worry too much about that the defense in that backcourt because of those two guys.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Zach, I know you a Broncos fan, so tell me how excited you were when you heard that Russell Wilson got that extension.
He got a 5 year, $245 million extension. How old is he? Like
I
32?
want to say
Something
33.
33. So that means he'll be with us till he's 38. Hopefully, Russell Westbrook is still going to be good within those 5 years. Obviously, I'm a Broncos fan, so I want Russell Wilson to give us 5 really good years. We did give up 7 players for this guy. I just really hope that, you know what I mean, giving him this $245 million, contract extension, and I think it was like 165 million guaranteed or something like that. I just hope it's worth it, bro. You know what I mean? I just hope, you know what I'm saying, that if like if obviously I'm a Broncos fan, in one of those 5 years, if he can maybe bring us some Super Bowl, maybe, just maybe. I know that sounds like a reach, but you know what I mean. Anything can happen. Like I said, in sports, anything can happen. So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't count us out yet, man. But you know what I mean. I'm excited for Russ. I really hope he goes out there and performs. Shows us that he deserves that money every single time that he's getting paid. So you know what I mean. I'm just excited for Russell Wilson, and you know what I'm saying. Let's rock. You know,
Yeah.
man. Let's rock.
That's
I
It's not.
mean,
Yeah, I'm.
I just think that division, man, is just so tough. Like I would like, man, I'm an Eagles fan, so we've been in the NFC least, as they like to call it.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, you could make you could make it to the playoffs with a losing record in that division. Like
Yeah.
I would hate to be
Mhm.
in that division. Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs. Like it's just the Raiders. It's so all those teams got better. All those
Yeah,
teams would
yeah,
have a legit shot at winning any other division in the league, pretty much. Like
yeah.
Like so, and obviously, you know what I mean. Like I've been thinking because, like, you know what I mean. I think every other team in our division is better than the Broncos. I think the Raiders are better than have a better team than the Broncos. I think the Chargers
Oh,
have a better
yeah,
team than the Broncos, and I think the what's the name has a better team than the Broncos. Oh, it's Raiders and the Chiefs have a better team than the Broncos.
yeah,
But, you know what I mean? I'm just hoping for the best. You know what I mean? If we could maybe be the third or second best team in our division, I'd be happy. I just want us to make the playoffs. That's really it. I just
yeah.
want the Broncos to make the playoffs, bro. You know what I mean?
Yep, I'm happy for us. I'm happy for Bobby, even though they left my team, Seattle. But it's alright. We Seattle gonna work it out, you know. But I'm happy for us, you know, getting a deal done. He could make a lot of things happen in Denver, you know,
Yeah.
especially with them young guys, wide receiver Jay Judy, Corlin Sutton, still working with them young guys. So hopefully he can make an impact over there. And yeah, they could have started making a playoff.
Right, because you know what I mean. Obviously, you know Jerry Judy and Courtney Sutton, they've been injured a lot. So you know what I mean. If they both have a fully healthy year, I think they could be one of the best. You know what I mean. Wide receiver duos in the NFL. I think they both could have a 1,200, 1,300 yard season. You know what I mean. If they remain healthy, you know what I mean. Because we know how good these guys are. We know how much potential these guys have. They just need to stay healthy. They just need to stay on the field. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited for those guys. And on top of that, they have a really good quarterback in Russell Wilson. And on top of that, Tim Patrick is out for the year. So this is these guys' time to really and really yeah, really show us what they're made of. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited for the Denver Broncos, man. But look, let me ask you a question, Chris, because the quarterback situation over there is kind of rough. So you know what I mean. Who would you rather start? Geno Smith
wait.
or Drew Lock?
Oh, he's a Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
No, I've been thinking about this. People keep asking me this. I don't know who to start at this quarterback position right now because Geno Smith, you know, what he done last year wasn't very helpful. Drew Lock, what he done last year with the Broncos didn't really help them. So hopefully, like one of these two could provide enough for this team. Get the ball to DK or Tyler or
Look,
Noah Fant, who we got from Denver. So hopefully, or even give it to the running backs. You still got Rashad, Travis Hunter, DJ, Walker. Yeah, so hopefully we could make a difference in that.
here's my thing. I don't see the benefit of starting Geno Smith. Like last year at around this time, like as dumb as it sounded, there were Eagles fans trying to, oh, is Joe Flacco gonna start over Jalen Hurts? And I'm in my mind, I'm like, what benefit does that get? Like, you might as well see what you have in Drew Lock. Geno Smith is 30 something probably. Like he never really found his footing in the league. Drew Lock is still a talented quarterback. He wasn't just a throw in that trade. He's a guy that he has talent. We know that. His arm talent is crazy, off the charts. I just don't think that there's a benefit in starting Geno Smith. I don't think the Seahawks will be good this year. Like no matter who they start, Geno or Drew Lock, I don't think they'll be good. So you might as well see what you have in Drew Lock. We know this quarterback class upcoming is really strong. C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, it's a lot of guys. So I just don't understand the point in because they named Geno Smith the starter, right?
Yeah, for week 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So That is, yeah, that's a really good point that you made because you know what I mean. Geno Smith has been in the league for a while, never really found his footing
There's
in
a
the
reason
league.
why he hasn't really been a starter since what? Who did he get drafted by? I don't even
That's
remember.
The Jets, I believe.
The Jets, I
The
think.
Jets.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really good point that you made. You know what I mean? There is no benefit in starting Geno Smith. I think you guys might as well see what Drew Lock is made of. I think you guys might as well see what Drew Lock can do. I think you guys might should be able to see, you know what I'm saying, Drew Lock's production on the field. And if Drew Lock doesn't work out for you, then boom, you got Geno Smith, man. You know what I mean? I think Drew Lock should be the starter. He does have some talent. I think you know what I'm saying, Drew Lock is ready to have a breakout year whenever that happens. And on top of that, they still have they still have a good offense. They still have DK Metcalf, who's obviously really
Yeah.
good
Okay.
receiver. They still
Running
have Tyler
backs.
Lockett, who's a really good receiver, and they have a good running back in Rashad Penny. So
And
they don't have a bad
no, they got
offense.
no
And on
offense.
top of that, yeah, and exactly. And on top of that, they have a good tight end and no
Yeah,
effect.
they
So they
got no
have
offense.
good, you know what I'm saying, pass catcher. They have good players, you know what I mean, to pass the ball to. And you know, and but that's why in fantasy, DK Metcalf, he's not projected to have that good of a year. Like a lot of people didn't really draft him is because of the quarterback situation, and he might be a little inconsistent because of the quarterbacks and stuff like that. But I think if you know what I mean, if they start Drew Lock, I think Drew Lock can find his footing with that team because they have good players that he can pass the ball to. They have weapons. They're not a horrible team. So I think they should have went with Drew Lock in that situation. And on top of that, their defense is well,
It's not good at all.
but
It's not even close to being okay. It's not good at all. Like,
so
what was the owner thinking? Like, what was uh, just giving that Bobby Wagner is ridiculous.
Hey,
You just basically threw the whole franchise away, man.
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
quickly,
I think
man. I just want to come on here and just brag about how great of a GM Howie Roseman's been this offseason, man. Them boys just got CJ Gardner Johnson. Bro, we done made so many good moves. We traded Jalen Rager for more than what the Cowboys got for Amari Cooper. We got Hassan Reddick, who I think will be one of the most underrated signings. James Bradbury, we drafted well, which is it's funny how I bring up Jalen Rager when we talk about drafted well, but I'm as an Eagles fan, man, I'm so excited, man. Like,
Yes, sir, man. Look, man. Look, because obviously, you guys have heard me say, you know what I mean. I'm really excited for Jalen Hurts this upcoming season. Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts is
yeah.
projected to have a really good year. You know what I mean? He's on my
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he has all the pieces. It's no excuses. I mean, you
Yeah,
got
impact.
yeah, yeah.
you
You know
got
what I
him a
mean? He's a
wide receiver one. You got
right,
Devontae Smith, who's still getting better. We have plenty of
right,
targets. We have a top 7-ish tight end in the league. Running game
right,
last year was the best in the league. We got the best O line in the league. The defense is
right.
getting better. Like, it's just
Yeah. So you
I'd
know what
be
I mean?
very very
Right,
disappointed if we didn't win a playoff game.
right, right.
Yeah.
That's exactly why you know what I mean, believe that Jalen Hurts is going to have an extremely good year. Like you said, he has A.J. Brown, a Pro Bowl receiver, Devontae Smith, who's really good. He has
And
pretty good running backs, the best O line in the NFL, the best running game in the league last year. There is no excuse for this team.
and like I
I
told you,
expect
Zach.
it to have a good year.
Like I told you,
You know what
Zach.
I mean?
Jalen Hurts, there's like a large chance that there's a big chance that he's the starting quarterback for the Eagles beyond this year. Because like I told you, when I look at the quarterback market, there's two quarterbacks that I could possibly see on the market next year. One is Lamar Jackson if he doesn't get paid, and two is Ryan Tannehill if the Tennessee Titans decides to do what the 49ers did, hand the team over to
And
Malik Willis. But even then, I don't think the Eagles will trade much for a Ryan Tannehill. So I think the chances of Jalen Hurts being the quarterback next year are very big because you can't expect to draft a rookie quarterback and have him come in and lead the team to the playoffs. So even if they do draft a rookie, I think that Jalen Hurts will still start.
Yeah.
especially if Jalen Hurts comes off of a really good year, which is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
Yeah,
good year.
exactly. If Jalen Hurts comes off a really big year, if he has a really big year, if he leads his team to the playoffs and they, win a playoff game or whatever, I don't see why you would, you know what I mean, come in, draft a quarterback, and then start him over Jalen Hurts. No, I
And
think Jalen Hurts is your guy.
and if Jalen Hurts does have a good year, then we start talking contracts. I mean, with
Extend that contract, yeah.
yeah, I mean, with the way franchise quarterbacks are getting paid now, he could demand over 30 mil. Now, Jalen Hurts to me, he doesn't seem like the guy to sit out. He's a great leader, great off the field guy. He's everything you want off the field. He does not seem at all seem like the guy who's gonna sit out if he doesn't get paid. But if you're going to say he's your franchise guy, unfortunately, you have to pay him like a franchise guy.
Exactly. So pay the man, especially if he's out there performing, especially if he's out there, you know what I'm saying, having 30 touchdown seasons, you know what I mean, getting out of pressure situations, getting the ball to his receivers, being accurate, having a high completion percentage, having a low touchdown, having a having a
Like a
good touchdown to
touchdown to
interception
interception
ratio.
ratio.
Yeah. So it's, you know what I mean? If he has a good year, which I think he will, which he should, pay the man.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball is reportedly expected to miss training camp and is doubtful for the start of the NBA season. I think Lonzo Ball, his biggest problem is just he's so injury prone, and it sucks because he's still one of the most underrated players in the league. He's really developed a lot.
Most hated.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he can shoot the ball really well now. Came into the league, his form was hideous. You know, he pulled it from over here. Now it's here. His defense is great, great playmaker. Just a great. He's everything you want in a point guard. But he's just been so injury prone. And it's just been kind of disappointing.
Yeah. My boy, like one of my friends, he's a big Lonzo Ball fan and things of that nature. And Lonzo Ball, he's a really good player, right? I really, because that's one thing I really like about that I really respect about players. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Their ability to develop and become better each and every year. You know what I mean? They're just become better each and every year, and that's exactly what he's done. He's gotten better each and every year. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, he went from shooting here to shooting here. You know what I mean? Now he's like a 42% 3-point shooter or something like that. I don't remember. And he's like he's a much better free throw shooter. I think in his rookie year he was like a 40% free throw shooter. His poor free throw shooter. Yeah. He was just awful his rookie year. Now, you know what I mean? He's obviously great playmaker, really good defender. And he's just an all-around great player. He is the perfect point guard that you want on your team. You know what I'm saying? Pass first. Yeah. Really always wants to get his guys involved. You know what I mean? I think Lonzo Ball is him. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with him right now. He's doubtful for the start of the season. I don't know where his head is at right now. I really hope Lonzo Ball. But I really hope. I hope he remains healthy because like you said, Jordan, he has been really injury prone and. That's kind of been messing a lot of things up for him. And, the Chicago Bulls, they would have been much better this year than they were if they had Lonzo. Because at first they were like the number 1 seed for a cool minute. And then
all them injuries, man. Alex Caruso got hurt. Ball got hurt, man.
Yeah, Ball.
Yeah. So I
don't think Zach LaVine got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
Zach LaVine was hurt for but I think if they were to if Lonzo Ball stays healthy, I think he could really do some damage. Because we know what Lonzo Ball can do on the floor. We know what he can do on the floor. It's just a matter of him staying healthy. Yeah. Same with AD. Yeah. We know that AD is a top 5, top 10 player in the NBA if he stays healthy. The thing is, when he stay healthy.
I am tired of the Anthony Davis disrespect, man. I really hope people. When Anthony Davis is healthy, we're talking about the best center in the game. I said it. When Anthony, now to be fair, he's
not a center.
Well, this year, it depends wherever you put him at. He's a guy that should be playing center, but he's too P word to play center, if you know what I mean. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
like he should be playing center though, but
yeah,
even then though, like he Giannis, what makes Giannis so great is how hard he works, bro. Like I admire, bro. Giannis's work ethic is up here, bro. Out the you can't even see my hand. That's his work ethic. Like it could be a random Monday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's giving you 125%. That's just who
yeah.
he is.
Ridiculous.
That
And
is
it's
what
not
I really
even.
honest. You know what I mean? I really, really admire that about Giannis. And on
Yeah.
top of that,
Yeah,
yeah, like you said,
I
he
had a
is
lot of.
always trying to improve his game. He's always trying to work on his jump shot. He's always trying to improve in areas where he is not the best in. And like you said, he is going to give you 200% no matter who he's playing.
Yep.
He could be playing the Houston Rockets. He's giving you 200%. He's giving you
Yep.
max energy. He's gonna hustle. That's what you're getting that out of Giannis every single night, bro.
I remember.
So I've always respected.
I remember.
There's not too many guys in the NBA that do that.
I remember
Yeah.
whatchamacallit game. I forgot what game it was. The NBA Finals when it was Bucks versus Suns. Giannis was playing so hard that first 3 minutes he had to tell the coach that he needed a breather. Like to pull Giannis in the first 3 minutes is kind of crazy. He literally was waving his hand, telling the coach, "Hey, I need to breathe." That's how hard he was playing in the first 3 minutes.
He was exhausted from that whole entire series.
Yeah, he was so great that series.
Yeah, man. So
Um,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Chris, do you watch college football at all?
I watched a little bit.
Yeah, really, it's week one for college football, starting tomorrow. I'm extremely excited to watch all the games and all that, but I'm more excited for the new college football playoff format that came out, where essentially now there's going to be a 12-team format. Right now, it's currently 4, so I think that it allows so much more excitement and it gives so much more leeway, and I think that it's for the better. I think that it won't start till 2026 though. However, they're trying to get it to start as soon as 2024. So, hey, we're moving in the right direction to say the least.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
You know what I
then
mean? And that's what I like about college football. You know what I mean? It is very exciting. At times, college football is more entertaining to watch than the NFL.
I believe
At
it
times,
is,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Because you got
Yeah.
good game all day.
Just interesting college people just balling out.
Yeah, because like I told you, Zach, like any given Saturday, it can happen.
That's what I'm
A
saying.
team that's not good beats Alabama, the whole sports world is covering that.
Yeah.
If the Rams lose to the Jags, nobody cares, bro. Like it's just
Yeah.
the Rams lost to the Jags, ha ha ha, move on with your life.
Yeah. Yeah. College football, man, it's going to cause a whole uproar if Alabama loses to like some college nobody ever even heard of. So,
Yeah, it would be ridiculous. It would be like the end of Alabama.
yeah.
And Zach, just to end the podcast, man, I gotta hear your opinion, man. How excited are you for this little baby album?
Look. So, you know what I mean? And here's the crazy thing, right? I went on my Instagram, right? And the first thing that popped up was like, him announcing his album, right? When he announced the album, he posted on his Instagram page. That thing got like 800,000 likes in the first hour, bro. So, you know what I mean? People are really excited. People are really hyped for this album. I'm really hyped for it. Coming out September 14th, man. Y'all stay tuned. He just dropped a single called Detox. You know what I'm saying? That go crazy, man. I've been having that on repeat, so I'm really excited for this album, man. It's only me, so hopefully, you know what I mean. He don't disappoint, man. I don't think he's gonna disappoint, man, because you know what I mean, little baby. So I'm really excited for this album, man.
Is there any like feature you want to see on there, man? Like, who you want to see?
You know what I mean? Future.
My guy, Lil Durk.
We know he probably gonna be on there.
Yeah, Polo G.
Baby
Obviously,
Polo,
Moneybag Yo.
I
Yeah,
was
just
thinking him in a song with Drake.
you said what?
Him in a song with Drake, it'd be good.
Oh yeah, yeah, and obviously when Lil Baby and Drake collab, it's nothing but it's nothing but hits. So, but
Yeah, yeah.
since the
Dang.
album is titled "It's Only Me," it's probably no
Oh
features on it.
yeah, I didn't even think
So
about it like that.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I think it is good because we haven't really had like a big album like that in a while. Like, I think the music really lately has been kind of, I don't want to say trash, but we really haven't had that big drop. We had Young Boy, we had like Rod Wave after that. Those are like two of the top mainstream guys. And then, since then, which it really wasn't that long ago. It was like less than a month ago, but still, having like a big artist like Lil Baby drop is definitely exciting.
yeah, exactly, and you know what I mean because this album is actually long overdue.
Yeah, was it? He
It
was
was
supposed to drop in July.
yeah, he was supposed to drop in
Yeah.
July. You know what I'm saying, in summertime, and he's dropping it way in September. So that no, in October. So that's building. Wait, no, yeah, October 14th. So that's building a lot more. What do they call it? Anticipation. So you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I don't think he's going to disappoint at all. Definitely going to be a really good album. And I'm really excited. You know what I mean? Obviously, y'all already know I'm gonna be on that, bro. As soon as it drop, man, I'm on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I probably
Yes,
be
Yeah.
on it
sir.
too. I gotta hear
Y'all
it,
need to get
man.
on that too, man. That Little Baby, he the best in the game, bro. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Little Baby is the best in the game. You said what, Chris?
I'm gonna definitely a little bit
Yeah,
more for Drake more.
yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, sir, yeah,
I'm
sir.
definitely. I look forward to music always, man. As long as it's
Yeah.
as long as it's not a raw wave BS, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, 'cause, the Rod Wave D writing is just next level, bro. We already, you know what I'm saying, touched up on that, week one, but man, it's just ridiculous, bro. Jesus Christ. Like that Rod Wave D writing, it has to stop. It has to.
Yeah.
And the thing with Rod Wave fans, they will never admit, like, let's say if he were to actually make a song that is mid or
Oh
trash,
yeah.
they will not admit it at all.
Yeah, like his recent album, I don't think it was that good.
It's
Yeah.
the same with like Uzi fan, like bro. So Lil Uzi when he dropped that album, like to be honest, I forgot he even dropped that album. There was like 3 to 4 songs that I really that were really solid. The rest were not good, and you got the people in the comments like, oh my gosh, album of the year, album of the like, bro, come on, relax.
Yeah.
You can admit
Again,
that
bro,
it's not
just stop
good.
on your like the thing with you know what I'm saying, with Lil Baby is like, and I will openly say this. Obviously, Lil Baby's my favorite artist. I really like Lil Baby.
Mm-hmm.
I like most of his songs, obviously, but I don't like every Lil Baby song. There are
Yeah.
some Lil Baby
Right,
songs that I don't like.
right.
There are some Lil Baby songs that I don't listen to. You know what I mean? I will openly admit,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If Lil Baby were to make a song that's mid, if he were to make a song that isn't good, I will openly admit that this song isn't good. This song is mid. If the album somehow was mid, I will openly admit that the album is mid, and I wouldn't listen to the album. But obviously, I think the album's going to be good. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's just all about, you know what I mean? It's just the D writing, bro. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, man, yeah.
Hey, that's pretty much it though. What's this? Episode 3, man. We went through so it's like what? This like the third recording.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
This was a tough one, man. We went through a lot of stuff, man, but
And-
we got it done, man. That's all that matters,
and
man.
even
Getting the
like
job done, bro.
you'll see when you go back and watch, like there was like a minute period in this video where like I had went out, like you check your messages, like I texted you at like 8:30. Like I had went out and whatchamacallit. But yeah, I got back in. I'm probably even gonna just leave it in there. It was like a 2 minute little grace period.
Yeah.
They'll skip over it. But yeah, man, we had a lot of issues, man. It was fun. We gonna have the homie Nick back on here again. We love to have you too,
Yes, sir.
Chris. We gonna have
my
you
boy
back on
Chris,
here,
we love
man.
that. Hey, and Chris, look, if you want to be a regular on the show, man, hey, man, let us know, man. We don't have no problem.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so just let us know if you want to be a regular, and
And
yeah,
and
be
even
part
if
of the
you
family.
even if not like because we got the different time zones, so even if the time don't work, whatever you want to get on, or if there's a topic you want to bring up on here, you feel free, man.
Yeah, feel free, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, like you're included in this too, man. It's just yeah. So yeah, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
Let
yeah.
me let me ask one more question before we go.
All right.
Okay.
Who's the better basketball player, Bronny or Jared McCain?
I think that Jared McCain is. I think Bronny is one of the most complete players in high school basketball. Bronny's one of the most
Mm.
NBA ready players in high school basketball. That's my opinion. I think, like I had mentioned before in the last with the technical difficulties, I think that Bronny he has everything you want in a point guard. I mentioned that he reminds me a lot of a shorter version of Lonzo Ball because
Yeah.
he defends, he's smart, he can play make, he can shoot the ball at a high level, he can handle, but you always want more. With Lonzo Ball, when we've seen Lonzo, we've seen what he did in high school, we've seen what he did in college, and when he
Mhm.
gets to the league, we want to see that every night. And Lonzo will have a
Yeah.
game where he has 27, then the next game he'll have 9, and we get mad because we've seen what Lonzo
Yeah.
can do. So with Bronny,
Yeah.
I think Bronny, like I said, he's everything you want in a point guard. I think people get too blown away with stats because nowadays the point guard position is like the scores, if you will. Like there's a lot of elite point guards like Trey Young, Steph Curry. Those guys are the focal points of their offense. But when you look at
Mhm.
guys like Drew Holiday who are all stars in their role, I think Bronny's gonna be perfect. When I look at Jared McCain, I think Jared McCain, he's a really great scorer. He knows how to use his body. He knows how to
Yeah,
get to
he
his
can
spots.
score, use his body and everything.
He's not like
Man,
he's not
I would not want to grab that dude. I honestly don't want to grab
yeah,
that
he's
dude.
not like
Bro.
uber athletic, but he's so tough. He knows how to get to his spots. He knows how to really create for himself. So, in terms of who's better right now, I'd probably say Jared McCain. But when I look at Bronny's potential, I think Bronny can be more than just LeBron's son. I think Bronny can be a really good
Yeah, he
player.
could be something
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
LeBron.
Me, I like to look at, you know what I mean, the overall basketball player. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Hmm.
Like overall. And I think overall, I think I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, take Bronny than Jared McCain. And obviously I'm not
yeah,
knocking
that's
Jared
not at
McCain.
all knocking Jared McCain. I can already see it.
Dude, we should look at Jared McCain. Jared McCain is tough. He's
I'm
him.
like I
Don't,
said,
don't get me wrong. Jared McCain is that
Yeah.
guy.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But I
For
really
for a
like
guy
Bronny James.
who was on TikTok 24/7,
yeah.
that man was definitely got them.
Because
Definitely got it,
like I
man.
said, right now I think Jared McCain is the better player. But if we're
Yeah,
projecting
yeah,
futures, I think that Bronny's going to be very, very good.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. Like you said, Bronny James is the most NBA ready player. He is the most complete high school basketball player I've seen.
Yeah, I think he's
So
definitely up
you know what I
there.
mean?
I've seen a
Yeah,
lot of
I'm
others though, but he's definitely up
like
there.
I'm really excited for Bronny James. I'm really excited for him. Like you said, he's just a smaller version of Lonzo Ball, but we always want more out of him, and that's
Yeah,
so true. We
yeah.
always want more out of these guys.
Because
But you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I think Bronny's only
Um,
knock is like his shot creation. Like we want to be able to see Bronny create his own shots at a high level. And I think a big people forget that like at Sierra Kane, he's been playing with nothing but 5-star, 4-star, 3-star recruits. Like this year, Bronny's the senior. He's the guy. I definitely expect a 13 and 8 from Bronny. I don't expect him to go for 20 and 12 like that. That's hyper real. Like come on, like let's be
yeah,
real.
let's be realistic.
But
Yeah,
I think like
Yeah,
I
he had
think
a breakout AAU season.
yeah, because he didn't.
I did not.
You saw what happened though. Like he
Yeah,
didn't really have anybody on his team at Strive for Greatness this past summer. So he really got to ball out and show who he is. So I think he'll do that this year at Sierra Can. Like I said, I don't. They still have a lot of talented guys, 4-star, 3-star guys over there. But I still think that Bronny can have a solid 13 point, 18 assists, maybe 4 or 5 rebound, and a steal a game kind of season. And he'll shoot the ball very efficiently.
18 assists. You said
I
18
was.
assists.
I said 18, I meant 8.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I think that Bronny James could definitely fill up the stat sheet. Obviously, you know what I mean, impact the game, and you know what I mean, help his team win games because that's the biggest thing when it comes to basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do to impact the game of basketball to help your team win?
Yep.
That's the most important thing. So,
Yeah,
what do you think Bronny
yeah.
James has to help his team win?
I was highly upset when my team had to play LeBron James' son
Oh,
at
yeah.
Peach Jam. So
Oh,
it didn't go so well. But hey, That was a chance to go to Cali. They got us out, so we'll get them next year.
Yeah, you'll get them. You'll get them, man.
Because they cheated. They had Rob Dylan.
Yeah, that boy Rob is
Jakai
tight.
Howard.
Yeah.
Jakai Howard on the same team with LeBron James. Son,
Yeah, that's kind of that's not.
that's a deep code. You can't have like 2 stars, 2 3 stars, thinking 4 stars. That's how to handle it.
Hey,
That was
good episode, man.
yeah, cool episode, man. We gonna get this out tomorrow, probably like 10. And then I'm gonna try to get the audio out at the same time. I may just try to do the audio tonight, to be honest. I might just get the audio out tonight. But hey man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all got anything else y'all wanna
Absolutely.
y'all got anything else y'all wanna say?
Chris, you got anything?
No. Not at all.
Hey,
Yeah, me either, man. Look, man, look, thank y'all for tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? Episode 3 in the books, man.
make
Yes,
sure
sir.
y'all
Thank you.
go follow the Sportsology podcast on Instagram, man, YouTube, Spotify, man. We got it all. And
Yeah,
then
TikTok, all that. We on
make sure to
everything,
join
man.
the
Go-
Discord too if you want to be a part of the pod, or if you got any ideas. The Discord, we have multiple chats in there where you can talk about, anything you want. So yeah,
So, you know
man.
what I mean? We got everything hooked up for y'all, man. So just go rock with us, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We'll catch you in the next
Appreciate
one, man.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
All right.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No
Anytime,
problem.
anytime.